Hi everyone. Today I will be talking about my student learner profile that goes by the name of Mia. Mia is essentially a really timid and shy 4-year-old, but she's quite active when she gets to know you and when she gets to talk to you and get to know you better. So Mia is a part of a family of 5, which includes her dad, her mom, her older brother, and her older sister, who are both in high school already. And Mia, the reason Mia got her impairment is because her mom went through a certain complication during childbirth that resulted in a nerve damage in Mia's brain, which caused her to have cortical vision impairment temporarily. It says that Mia will suffer from this for the rest of her life, but she will improve greatly as she grows older and through treatment as well. So moving on to classroom support, I've chosen Montessori sensory toys to implement within the classroom, for educators to implement in the classroom, because I feel that it would help Mia and her peers to come to a neutral ground to be able to understand each other. For example, Mia's peers will be able to understand what Mia is going through on a daily basis, and to further learn that she and her peers are not that different from each other through these sensory toys, as these sensory toys have variables where they could do it blindfolded, they could do it in all sorts of ways for them to be able to relate to how Mia is feeling on a daily basis. Not only that, implementing Montessori's core values such as structure and discipline, as well as an emotional touch for where students learn to be more respectful to one another, and that they learn the bigger picture that everybody is essentially the same and they should be more considerate towards each other. Not only that, for the classroom support, I felt that the educator for Mia's class could also bring Mia's class for an excursion to an organization called Vision Australia that's mainly focused for the blind and for the low vision, to their sensory campus in Kensington, Victoria. That facility has plenty of equipment as well as specialists on hand for the children to learn and to gain experience on what it's like to be in the shoes of a person who has low vision as well. Moving on to family support. So for family support, Mia's parents are both full-time office workers within the CBD. So essentially, they don't really have a lot of time to be able to give Mia the emotional support that she needs. According to Maslow's pyramid of needs, Mia's parents have already essentially fulfilled all of them except for the part where her self-esteem is not tapped on as much as her other needs, emotional especially. So I felt that it's really important for her to gain family support as she's growing up at such an important age of 4. And so I decided to recommend that her parents listen to the Blind Citizen Australia's podcast called New Horizons, where they talk about various topics and subjects on what goes on in the life of a person with blind or low vision and the difficulties that they go through on a daily basis, such as transportation-wise or navigation, as well as common topics such as reading and walking and living in general, so that her parents will be able to understand a little bit more what it's like to live in her shoes, because they're both people with well-seeing eyes. I would suggest her siblings as well to take part in this activity, because Mia and her siblings have such a huge gap that she's not able to, that her siblings may not be able to empathize with her. Therefore, she won't be getting the support that she needs at home from her siblings as well. And as mentioned in the classroom column, her parents could bring Mia and her siblings to the sensory room as well in order to gain a more personal insight, or to maybe arrange a session with a specialist to seek treatment for Mia's vision impairment. Because as I've said before, Mia's vision impairment is not permanent, it's temporary. It can only get better from now on, but it's a slow process. So perhaps introducing her parents and her siblings to this activity will help with their understanding on what Mia goes through. And for the community support, I've decided to go with Blind Sports Australia, because they have a very wide range of activities that could be done, such as soccer or leisurely activities such as just walks in the park. I felt that this would help Mia a lot, because this would bring her into a community where she would see people who are just like her, that they're not flawed, but they have the same problem that she goes through, and should be able to relate and understand that she's not alone in this, and she would benefit from it a lot, in a physical, emotional, and spiritual sense as well. And these are my references, and that concludes my presentation for assessment 3 of my student learning profile.